Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the Snowspeeder from Hoth and the Kenner Star Wars line from 1980. And this was, I think, also another one of the very iconic ships or vehicles in the Star Wars line. And for me, I remember as a kid, this was really one of the great toys or vehicles where I thought this is how I imagine a starship to look like. It is more straightforward, I would say, than the X-Wing or the TIE Fighter. But yeah, I still liked it very much because of this specifics that this is how I imagine the starship to be. Yeah, and it also has some resemblance actually for me, to the Starfighter from Buck Rogers. So I think this is in that time, in the end of the 1970s. This was really what kids wanted to see, yeah. But this is actually not a space ship or a starship. This is used only on the Battle of Hoth, so it's a planetary vehicle, and yeah, very great. The looks, as I said, very straight lines and a little bit of sculpting, very straight and smooth actually, but made up with some stickers nicely there, and a cockpit that can be here open and closed like you can see in the movie. And below they have this harpoon, or how this is called. There was an arrow, but I lost it. As I mentioned before, whenever there's items that can be lost in the vintage toys, then for sure I lost it because I played with these toys. Yeah. Other than that, this is these parts are also easily lost. I think it's supposed to be part of the lasers, and yeah. Maybe I have a look below. This is it's a bit heavy because the batteries are still inside. Why are they inside? Because this is one of the few items from me where the electronics still work. Below you have here this landing gear. This can be closed, and when you're flying, so it's in, and then when you land you can pull it out and then land. So this is actually something that was very easy and very nice, I think. Yeah, the proportions, quite a big vehicle, especially for me as a kid. I thought this is one of the big birthday presents that I got, and now I can feel it again. I have the batteries inside, yeah, it still feels very solid. Yeah, here I have the designated pilot for that. This is Luke, and he has this rope here to later attack the AT-AT. So let's see if he fits inside. Of course he fits. That's also great. These Kenner figurines are very slim, so there are two seats, and behind they easily fit in there, but only the vintage Kenner figurines. I think the later ones, they're just too bulky to fit into this tiny slot. Yeah, so the X-Wing pilot, also for us used as the Snowspeeder pilot and the Y-Wing pilot. We didn't make a big difference between these, so Luke was there replaced, or was used as many different X-Wing, Y-Wing, and the Snowspeeder pilots. Yeah, I think later they differentiated between them, but for us at that time it was all the same, and it was great actually, I think. Yeah, so you don't need to, you have a lot of you have something that is that makes up the human mind, which is called imagination. So we used a lot of that in our childhood, and now let me see if the lasers really still work, and I'm not promised too much. It's very noisy. Almost cannot see it with this light. Yeah, Maybe it's a bit too light, but it should still work. I will try it later when it's dark again. But yeah, that's the Snowspeeder, and I think it's a great toy. Simple lines and design, and until today, I think one of the greatest toys in the Star Wars line, and maybe one of the most iconic vehicles ever in science fiction. Yeah. So, what do you think about this? Do you have it? It was quite expensive at that time, so it was not easy to have a Battle of Hoth with these. It's also a bit over-dimensioned if you compare it to the AT-AT or AT-AT. So there is, but still, that's maybe why it is so good. It's in shape, in scale for it. So it's a very nice vehicle. What do you think about that? Please like my videos.